Hafide, good evening, everyone. Welcome to KUAM News Weekend Edition. Guahusi Isaiah Uggan, and thank you for joining us. The Guam Crime Stoppers is still on the lookout for a person wanted for questioning related to a case. It's this week's Crime of the Week.
Hafide, I'm Sergeant Paul Tapa, your Guam Crime Stoppers Coordinator, and this is your Crime of the Week. The Guam Crime Stoppers and the Guam Police Department is seeking the assistance from the community relative to a wanted person. 35-year-old Louis Julian San Nicolas is sought by CID detectives relative to an ongoing burglary investigation. Louis San Nicolas is known to frequent the Agate Village and the Tumuning Plaza. He is believed to be avoiding authorities and may be armed. We are advising the community to please do not approach. Should anyone who may have any information as to the whereabouts of Louis Julian San Nicolas, you are kindly asked to call GPD dispatchers at 472-8911 or 475-8615-7. Information can also be submitted anonymously to the Guam Crime Stoppers at guam.crimestoppersweb.com. All tip information will remain completely confidential, and a cash reward of up to $1,000 could be paid if the information provided leads to an arrest and a grand jury indictment. Your call does make a difference.
In election news this week, our Decision 2022 series, Canvassing with KUAM, begins, where we listen to the voice of the voters and the issues most important to them. To kick things off, KUAM's Hannah Devonzo joins us live in studio. Good evening, Hannah.
Isaiah, for this story, I found myself in the northern part of the island, where I had the opportunity to speak with a handful of our island's Manumku on their greatest concerns in the community and what they're hoping to see in the upcoming election. The island's most vulnerable is often the Manumku. Our quest to find out their greatest hardships and hopes for this election season brought us to the senior centers in Dededo and Jigo. Their concerns range from a variety of topics that many times gets overlooked.
And like us, we only get our pension once a month. We don't have any other income coming in. And then that's what I heard. You cannot get stimulus unless you're working or file income tax, but I'm not one of those. So I just stay back.
The power lowering, power, the rising cost of gas.
I noticed that there are some crimes going around.
We keep on welcoming dogs and we keep on burying them if they die. We just feel sorry for them. I keep on asking people, do we have extra food for my dog? I do that every day.
Among those we spoke to was Maria Garrido. She takes the bus every day from Tumuning to Jigo Senior Center and has many friends there. She used to be a Jigo resident, but due to unexpected life circumstances, she's now in a shelter.
My concern also is that I hope that somebody will help us. We are homeless people. Let us, don't treat us like animals because we are homeless. Let us be treated like human beings. Because we once upon a time just like everybody. But in some reason, we are now homeless.
The social issues on island were also alarming to her.
It's only about the abortion. We women, I think, what we want is what we want. It's our body. If we want abort, we abort the baby. If not, then we'll keep it. Why are they concerned about that? That is bad. Let us decide that we are the women of the United States of America.
The elderly normally make up the biggest population of voters, and according to Guam Election Commission Executive Director Maria Pangilinan, in the 2020 general election, over 9,800 individuals over the age of 60 voted. They explained what they want in their next elected officials.
This concern about the citizens of the community, to be a community where there is more peaceful community, and taking care of peace and order.
I like the one who's gonna help the people in case something is happened, and we ask them,
And then they're gonna help us to look for those people that are, like pickpocketing, and then they grab the bag. And I heard also somebody pull the necklace. Especially the poor, look down on the poor people that doesn't earn anything.
What's important to me is when the candidates, tell people what they're going to come up with, So I feel that they should, help the people of Guam, with whatever concerns we have.
I look to the candidates that are really going to do the work for us, for the whole community, whether you're Republican, you're Democrat, you're whatever you are, your color, your race, everything. We have to understand that it's time for change, and let us build a better Guam.
It's so important for island residents to register to vote. They can go to gec.guam.gov and will need a Guam ID or Guam driver's license to do so. August 17th marks the last day to register to vote. Isaiah, back to you.
Hannah Devonzo, thank you for that live in-studio report. Canvassing with KUAM will continue next weekend as we learn more about the matters that are most important to the island of Guam. Throughout the month of July, the Guam Regional Medical City will celebrate 7 years of providing care for the people of Guam. KUAM's Daniel Perez has the details.
The Guam Regional Medical City kicked off their 7th year anniversary earlier this month, and they started it off by having a wave with GRMC at the Micronesian Mall intersection. But that wasn't all. They also had a catered breakfast for all their employees. But what other GRMC-related events can residents partake in? Chief HR Officer Charlotte Huntsman.
We'll have on the 21st, we'll be participating in the Liberation Day Parade, as well as on the 25th of July, we are celebrating with our providers and our community providers. And then on the 31st, we have our health fair.
Vice President of Corporate Affairs Eric Polinsky detailed more on the health fair GRMC will be having.
We're going to do a community health fair. We do one usually every year. I think COVID restricted us last year in being able to pull that off. But Micronesian Mall Center Court on Saturday the 30th, it's probably going to be something like 11 a.m. till 3 p.m. where we'll be doing free testing, usually like glucose, things like that, sharing information about our services, chance for our community to meet our doctors, and little giveaways and competitions make things fun.
The GRMC board also gave a rundown of what they'll be doing for this year's Liberation Day Parade. VP of Support Services, Bernie Lobatin.
We're actually going to be a side-by-side partnership with Mayor of Deredo, Mayor Savares. And then from there, we are going to have like a mini floats. Like we're going to have 4 trucks with all the GRMC letters over there, and all the staff are going to participate and walk together with our banners, and we're going to give a lot of giveaways.
GRMC President and CEO Alan Fontanilla gave thanks all around to island residents and their staff for being such great partners throughout the 7 years they've been on Guam.
First of all, we thank our patients, our families, our island community, and the people of Guam in general for allowing us the opportunity to serve them. As you know, 7 years ago, we opened our doors with the intent of being the premier healthcare institution organization for Guam and the Micronesian region. And I think we've lived up to that by providing much needed services for our community.
Daniel Perez reporting for KUAM News.
Guam and the CNMI are part of the same archipelago, just less than a half-hour away by plane, but when it comes to soaring utility costs, it's a tale of different islands. KUAM regional correspondent Tomas Manglotnio reports.
Saipan lawmakers slammed by the sticker shock reverberating through residents' homes. Astronomical increases in monthly power bills reflecting the rising costs of global fuel. And how does the NMI compare to Guam? One lawmaker asked Commonwealth Utilities Corporation officials at a recent meeting sparked by growing concerns from their constituents.
How is it possible that Guam is maintaining a 20-cent kilowatt and while we're maintaining a 40-cent kilowatt when we're purchasing the fuel from the same place?
CUC says no two utility grids are alike when it comes to the islands.
With Guam, uses a different type of fuel that is not as energy efficient, not as it's a high sulfur content fuel, So the fuel that we're using has a smaller carbon footprint.
Keeping the lights on costs more for your wallet in the NMI, but less for the environment in the long run. But how does it stack up against similarly situated islands in Hawaii?
Hawaii, even though it has a significant amount of renewable energy, is at 37 cents a kilowatt hour. So that's not far off from what CUC customers are seeing now.
Utility officials say it isn't as simple as using the same fuel as Guam to get power rates lower in the NMI due to EPA regulations.
We want to be good stewards. We understand that there's additional costs for this cleaner energy, but there's benefits to the entire community by staying with this, in addition to the regulations that are in place that require us to use it.
Tomas Manglonia for KUAM News.
There's an update for SNAP recipients as the supplemental emergency allotment for SNAP is scheduled to be issued on July 22nd. The benefits will be electronically loaded into SNAP recipients' EBT cards. For more information, contact DPHSS Bureau of Economic Security at 671-635-7488 or 671-300-8853. The CNMI Scholarship Office continues to fund many students' dreams of attending higher education. KUAM Regional Correspondent Tomas Manglonia reports on some of the hurdles of getting students to come back home after they walk the stage on graduation day.
Last year, the CNMI Scholarship Office disbursed over $424,000 in scholarships and loans, including 845 scholarships and grants. If you're a student receiving that support, you can either come back and work in the NMI to have that amount forgiven, or it turns into a loan. Those conditions were at the center of questions at a recent Senate hearing for the reappointment of a board member.
It's a lot of students that don't want to come back because they don't have the opportunity, and there's many that do want to come back. And I think it would be a great incentive if they could come back and not be penalized for having missed a certain amount of time being away.
While students are lauded for reaching higher education off-island, senators say they also want to bring more incentives to those who choose to stay local and attend institutions like the Northern Marianas College.
There are incentives for those that go off-island, and we are working on an incentive for those who want to stay in the Commonwealth and go to school.
Focus sharpens on what more can be done right here at home with growing workforce challenges.
If we continue to allow the non-return of students receiving the scholarship, then we're losing out human resources that can contribute to the welfare of our government. And I hope that future leaders will consider prioritizing a position with great pay to entice those students that are recipients of the scholarship to come back and contribute their intellectual capacity to upgrade, our system of governance.
The board member says that 90% of students who decide not to return home pay back the scholarship. Tomas Manglonia for KUAM News.
In headlines back here at home on Guam, a new exhibit has opened at Tumon Sands Plaza. KUAM's Kate Balser has the story.
About 47 years ago, the end of the Vietnam War was signified by the fall of Saigon. On Friday, a new exhibit at Tumon Sands Plaza invites the public to take a look back at history. Remembering Saigon from Vietnam to Guam will be open until September 15th. The multimedia exhibit examines Guam's involvement in the Vietnam War, as well as its role in processing Vietnamese refugees during Operation New Life. Dr. Evan Lay Espiritu Gandhi is the daughter of Vietnamese refugees who passed through Guam after the fall of Saigon. Gandhi explained that their mission is to keep the history of Saigon alive.
As many of you probably know, Saigon actually doesn't exist anymore. So this was the capital of South Vietnam, the short-lived nation state. And Saigon actually exists only in the hearts and the minds and the memories of, for example, Vietnamese refugees.
The museum displays paintings, documents, and newspapers, as well as interactive artifacts such as a B-52 pilot controller panel. Throughout the exhibit, Visitors will hear the important stories of Chamorro Vietnam War veterans and Vietnamese refugees.
A lot of people will submit their stories to us, and you can listen to them and hear them in their original voices, as well as a lot of the local people who contributed to Operation New Life.
A special event is scheduled on Tuesday, July 19th, and will feature a panel of Chamorro War veterans and Vietnamese refugees. Remembering Saigon is open Tuesdays through Sundays from noon to 6 p.m. at Tumon Sands Plaza. Those interested in donating or volunteering can email them at info@guamphilharmonic.org. Reporting for KUAM News, I'm Kate Balser.
Coming up on Weekend Edition, the newest inductee to the Culture Club and still to come, our sports roundup with KUAM's Dave Delgado.
Subscribe to our KUAM News Digest, our weekly email newsletter with all kinds of information straight to your inbox. Just subscribe and we'll make sure to keep you informed and entertained with news from the KUAM News team, what to watch on NBC and CBS, and the latest promotions from KUAM Communications. Go to KUAM.com, click on the newsletter tab at the top of the homepage, register, and you're all set. Brought to you by Uno Go, Guam On Demand.
Snacks. We got diapers for baby girl. Oh, 7:15, we gotta go. Bread, milk. Gas for work. Remember to grab Joe Boy a birthday present. Half a day.
Hey, Molly, how much do you pay for daycare for the kids?
Over $600 a month. It's expensive.
Did you hear about the governor's program that covers up to $675 a month for childcare?
Wow, that would be a lifesaver with the rising cost of everything.
Check guamchildcare.com to apply. We qualified. I even booked an appointment for someone to walk me through the process.
guamchildcare.com. Okay, thanks. I'll apply today.
This ad is paid for with federal funds administered by DPHSS.
Half a day. I'm Governor Lou Leon Guerrero, and I'm proud to report that we have opened a new relief center to help you as we continue to recover from the pandemic.
From healthcare to welfare, childcare, housing, and utilities, we have a wide variety of direct relief programs available to help you.
This central location provides direct access to most of our public assistance programs under one roof. Our friendly staff are ready to help you through the application process.
We are working to ensure you get the assistance you need to receive the relief available to you and your family.
This means more support to help you meet the cost of living and give you more money in your pocket.
We are improving how government is working. Our administration continues to invest in Guam's future, delivering relief and driving our recovery.
Visit the Government of Guam Relief Center at the 3rd floor of the Bank of Hawaii building in Hagåtña, Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. or call us at 671-475-2060.
Don't need a work break, keep the smile on your face. The moments you can't replace, and I'll be around. Whoa. You can count on me. You can count on me for life.
Wherever life takes you, we're always here for you. Calvo's Insurance. Count on us for life.
KUAM News, winner of the 2022 Regional Edward R. Murrow Award for Excellence in Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion for the Culture Club.
Welcome back. For this week's Culture Club, we introduce you to Starlet Cruise.
Culture Club is brought to you by Tropicool Ice.
Hapene, Guahusi Starlet Cruz. I'm a Chamorro multimedia artist. So that just means I like to do a handful of things. I like to paint. I like to do jewelry, carve and make jewelry. I also like to do some digital art and floral art, like making mormors. I mean, for as long as I can remember, I've always liked to create things. I also heavily influenced by the women in my family. The women in my family are also very crafty and artistic. especially my mom. So I grew up around that a lot. Even though I did grow up in a very Antigua family, I didn't appreciate the culture as much as I do now. And I think what really sparked that fire was when I moved away from home for about a year. And I was just longing for home. I was yearning for it. I felt that I needed to be called back. So when I did move back home, I was about 16 years old, and I just made a conscious decision to indulge myself into the culture, read more about it, you know, talk to people who know more. I started following Chamorro activists on Instagram, Chamorro artists on Instagram. And I guess from there, it really fueled the fire to really root myself in our culture. So since then, I've been really doing a number of things, and it's what helped me grow as a person, and as an artist, like being more inspired by what we have to offer here on our island. So, and also our people as well. Yeah. It's a long story. Like I said, I was influenced since I was a young kid. I've always created, loved to create things since I was little, whether it was making something, painting something, even just decorating things. And that's thanks to my family. But as I was growing up, you know, I was, I guess, more concerned with what other people wanted me to do. And I lost sight of that. I lost sight of like my creativity and things that I actually love to do. So since then, and then I went off island, and then coming back home and being inspired again by, you know, people doing these things, people in our community like encouraging me to do it again. That's how I came back and started doing painting, learning how to make marmars, doing jewelry again. So I've always done these things since I was a little kid, but I just lost track of it, and then I came back to it as an adult. I don't think preserving the culture is just important. I think it's actually necessary. Our culture, I mean, on a deeper note, our culture is what helped our people survive hundreds of years of colonialism and the impacts from that still to this day. So I don't think it's just important, I think it's necessary. It's what connects us, it's our foundation, and it's what bonds us together. Like we all bond as a people through our culture, so it's definitely necessary. I think considering all the impacts that we've had for hundreds of years, the current generation is doing a great job, you know? Considering all of those things, I just want to encourage people to keep learning, to keep, you know, listening to our elders' stories. Also, not to put others down for making mistakes, whether it's like you're trying to speak the language or, you know, you're just wanting to learn. To encourage your other peers to keep trying, and to just really like be proud of who you are, because we're such a small, unique group of people, and I think that's something to be proud of. I think that's cool, you know, like out of all the places in the world, we're from the Marianas Islands, you know, small chain of islands in the middle of the Pacific Ocean with a unique culture. So I think that's really cool, and that's something to be proud of and to keep exploring that. Hey, I'm Starlet Cruz, and I'm very proud to be a part of KUAM's Culture Club.
Sports and birthdays coming up on the show.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
Unified Communications, UC, is the next step in a business phone system. Introducing Docomo Pacific UC, your business phone. Instant messaging, video, voicemail, fax, and more. All unified on one platform and delivered through the cloud. Merge your desk phone with your mobile device. Turn voice calls into video conference. UC reduces phone costs. UC boosts productivity. Work better together with Docomo Pacific UC.
Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, the Super American Circus is back on Guam, performing 8 shows per week at the PIC Hotel. Witness thrilling acts like the Motorcycle Team and the Globe of Danger, the Amazing Skywheel, the High Flying Motorcycle, acrobats, beautiful aerial ballerinas, jugglers, and more. Get your tickets at www.superamericancircus.com. Get free kids tickets at Burger King and Circle K 76, valid for the month of July. Presented by Burger King and Circle K 76.
KUAM Sports is brought to you by Docomo Pacific. Better together. KUAM Sports Weekend Roundup is brought to you by Gatorade. Greatness starts with G.
Guam is sending 7 athletes to compete in the Barbell Brigade Open in Los Angeles, California. The powerlifting team, aka Gorilla Boys, includes 5 men and 2 women competing. The team leaves July 27th and competes on July 30th and 31st.
To be able to represent Guam, it means a lot to all of us, because just because we're a small island doesn't mean that powerlifting doesn't exist here. So this is why we compete off island, to show the island strength. We hope that other islanders will see what we're doing and want to join us, or just show their islander spirit by competing outside of Guam and showing how strong we are here.
This is my first meet. I've just been really goal focused, and I've been taking the advice of my other fellow lifters who have been there. They've just been helping me work on my mindset since this is my first one. Just staying positive and before going onto the platform, thinking about the lift, thinking about the technique, and making sure that I go on there and do it correctly.
Our lifts are based on five training days per week. Monday usually squat, Tuesdays bench, Thursdays deadlift, and then the other 2 is just more of volume training. But trying to incorporate that every week, trying to be consistent, trying to get that training mindset also is very important, not just training physically.
Yeah, so everyone's near weight, or they already made weight going into this competition, so there'll be a lot of time for sleep and rest. We have a lot of experience. This is our 3rd meet going in. We've been doing this since 2017, so I feel like that gives us an advantage with weight cutting, sleep, meal preparation, and I think that will be effective in our game plan when it comes to lifting.
So the goal for the team is to represent the island, of course, but we all want to come back with medals. A lot of us hold records for the island, so we want to go out, represent out in Cali. This is going to be our first California meet, and in like 4 years, it's our first team meet. Shout out to Paradise Fitness though for taking care of us since day one, because without these guys, we wouldn't be able to represent the island the way we are. But Team Guam Powerlifting, we're going to go out, we're going to represent, and make y'all proud.
News on the Michelob Ultra 2022 NPC Guam National Bodybuilding Championships, scheduled for Saturday, July 23rd at the Riga Royal Laguna, Guam.
What's up, Guam? My name is Brittany Borja. I'm from the village of Derido. This will be my 2nd time competing, and I'll be competing in the bikini division. I started my prep at 14 weeks out in the beginning of May. I'm in the gym 5 to 6 times a week, sometimes 7 now that I'm posing every day. In the morning, I get my lifts in with my first session of cardio, and then later at night, I hit my second session. For the last 2 weeks, we're increasing our water and sodium intake. Dieting and training is still the same. I get my motivation and drive from my team. Seeing them work hard every day really pushes me to work harder. The last time I stepped on stage in 2019, I was 11 months postpartum, and I placed 3rd in my class, and I told myself, never again. So I guess that's what motivated me to do better, and also just for my daughter. She's picking up habits, and she puts my heels on and tries to practice posing with me. So for me, it's kind of just showing her that whatever you put your mind to, you can do it.
Hafide Guam, my name is Josh Kantara. I'm from the village of Jigo, and this is going to be my 5th show, and I'll be competing in the men's physique and classic physique category. Well, originally I was getting ready for a wrestling competition that was supposed to be last month, but it got canceled, so I wasn't really planning on doing the show. So I kind of had a late start to this year's prep, probably my shortest prep, about 7 weeks. But I feel good. I was already in shape, so I didn't have to do too much, but it's more of playing catch up with everyone else who started 7 weeks before I did. Every show I try to bring a bigger package, bigger, tighter package, but under these circumstances, all I can really aim for is better conditioning. Of course, I wanted to come in a little bit bigger this show, but I got to work with what you got and just work hard and try to bring the best package that you can. So I train about 6 times a week. Cardio in the morning, weight training at night. I try not to change anything with my training. I still try to go heavy, do as many reps as I can, just like in the off season. Cardio, don't really like doing it, but it's what we all have to do. Just doing anything necessary to bring the best package that I can.
In fitness news, athletes continue to put in work for the upcoming Michelob Ultra NPC Guam National Bodybuilding Championships. Competitors hit the stage July 23rd at the Riga Royal Laguna, Guam.
Happy day, everybody. My name is Nicole Glory. I am from Jigo. I will be competing in the bodybuilding bikini division. This is going to be my first show ever. For the longest time, I've always dreamed of going up on stage, and what pushes me the most is the journey it takes to get there. The challenges, the sacrifices, and everything. Honestly, this prep has got to be very challenging. I had to go through things that I never expected, and that on top of my work life and prep, it was a big challenge. I always tried my best to never let it get in the way of my training. No matter the obstacles that have been constantly put in my way, I still continue to show up to the best of my ability and to put in the work that I need to. My message to everyone who is thinking about competing, honestly, just do it. It's a journey, it's an experience, it's something that you can say that you did it, and all of the hardships and all of the struggles and the sacrifices that you put into, it's all going to be worth it in the end.
Hafide Guam, my name is Roy Flores. I'm from the village of Inaran. I'll be competing in men's bodybuilding division. Contest prep's been very good. I've been on prep for quite a while, since 2019. My coach's been running it for me. This will be my first time to step on stage. 2020, 2021, COVID happened, so it got canceled. Off season, we've been really concentrating on keeping size on, also conditioning. I'm in the gym 7 times a week, but 5 days a week I do training. Cardio in the morning, weights in the evening. Saturday, Sunday I hit cardio, pretty much posing. Just staying focused, staying on track with diet, nutrition, training real hard. My other half, Ashley, shout out to her. She's really helped me out a lot with this prep too, like prepping my food. It gets real hectic, working long hours, so yeah, she helped me out a lot. And my team, man, I have good friends around me. My friend Melvin always follows me, gym-wise. My coach, damn, he's been really helping me a lot with everything. I'm just looking forward to bringing the best look that I can on stage.
KUAM Sports Weekend Roundup is brought to you by Gatorade. Greatness starts with G. KUAM Sports is brought to you by Docomo Pacific. Better together.
Honey, do you want some milk?
Do you ever wonder how your favorite products make their way into your local stores? Most arrive on state-of-the-art Matson vessels that transport containers of food, household items, equipment, and supplies into the islands every week. Because we know that you depend on us, we work closely with our partners to ensure that our shipments arrive on time, all the time, so you can find your favorite products when you need them. We transport the region's most precious cargo that supports successful businesses and promotes a better quality of life for our families. Matson is proud to have been the hometown shipping carrier for Guam, the CNMI, and Micronesia for the past 25 years, and you can count on us to be here for generations to come.
Half a day. I'm Governor Lou Leon Guerrero, and I'm proud to report that we have opened a new relief center to help you as we continue to recover from the pandemic.
From healthcare to welfare, childcare, housing, and utilities, we have a wide variety of direct relief programs available to help you.
This central location provides direct access to most of our public assistance programs under one roof. Our friendly staff are ready to help you through the application process.
We are working to ensure you get the assistance you need to receive the relief available to you and your family.
This means more support to help you meet the cost of living and give you more money in your pocket.
We are improving how government is working. Our administration continues to invest in Guam's future, delivering relief and driving our recovery.
We are all in this together.
Visit the Government of Guam Relief Center at the 3rd floor of the Bank of Hawaii building in Hagåtña, Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. or call us at 671-475-2060.
And at this time, we are going to jump into the birthday shoutouts courtesy of our friends over at the Coldstone Creamery Birthday Club.
It's a weekend birthday shoutouts. Benjamin Rai Kitsutu, happy birthday to Rai. You are getting love from Grandma. Ray Abrazado, happy birthday to Ray. Love from your adoring family. And Lily Santos, happiest of birthday blessings to our mama, the queen of our hearts, who sings her heart when cooking and loves unconditionally. To Lily, bula la la la, people love you. And on Sunday, Jeremy Paulino, happy birthday from your family. And Jenna Chargala, our one and only, happy birthday to KUM's own Jenna. Jenna, we hope you have a fantastic island weekend. Don't work too hard, but don't tell your supervisor I said that.
Before we wrap up tonight's newscast, I'd actually like to thank our KUM intern, Kate Balser, for all the awesome but hard work she's contributed to our team and our product for the last month. Best of wishes from all of us here at KUM Communications, your first news team and now your forever news fam. That's going to do it for tonight's newscast. Wahusi Isaiah again. Thank you for watching. Good night and be safe, Marianas.